Since we're on the run with those videos, let's cover something completely new. For example, the one you requested, Siacoin, simple ticker SC. But how is the price actually standing? That is the real question that we're gonna answer today. What's happening versus dollar and what's happening versus Bitcoin. Let's see on the daily chart. Where are we heading? And is it really all doomy and gloomy for this promising crypto? So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Siacoin. After that pretty nasty downfall of Bitcoin below the $30,000, flirting with 29, we have a bounce. Will it last? We are back above $32,000 as you can see, and now interesting thing will be tracking this price development to see if this is the trend reversal in some way or just a dead cat bounce. Many are bouncing hard from this last few days fall. For example, we're gonna roar hard towards one coin, and that one would be altcoin. He is moving to the upside 26% in the 24 hours. Congrats to the altcoin holders. We made a price prediction on altcoin, so if you are into this crypto, check it out. Now, as we said, let's dive into the Siacoin. USD is our opponent. Daily chart is our playground. No time to waste. Dive in. Before we proceed, let me remind you there are a few buttons on this page below this video that you're watching right now that you could be clicking. And it could be pretty interesting, think about it. It's completely free, and those buttons are completely clickable. Siacoin versus dollar daily chart, as we already said. What do you see on this chart? Well, I think we are seeing the same thing. Pretty straightforward downtrend. How do we know? Well, why don't we just draw that trend line that will divide everything? Something like this, in my mind, would be a pretty viable solution. The pinpoint was all the way to the April. Since then, well, you know the story. Lower highs. And here, right now, you can see that the price is trying to do something. That the price is trying to battle this trend line, downsloping trend line, pretty hard. It's hugging it. In here, it was rejected pretty nicely. No big fights. But in there, we're having a different story, We're moving around those levels. It's like Siacoin won't give up, changing the pace. For now, the pace hasn't changed, but it is something that could be changing in the next few weeks. So, if you want to follow just this trend line, the price action with the daily chart for now is still bearish. Let me offer you a few more solutions that my mind is seeing right now that could be a little signs of reversal. Now, if I draw a trend line like this, do you see anything particularly interesting? Support, break, resistance, and what can you deduct from this? Can we play a game like this? This is an inverse head and shoulders, for example, or it could be something that could indicating that we are about to reverse this downtrend. Those are those subtle hints that the charts are giving us. Of course, until we break this neckline that I just draw you, we are still just, let's say, fantasizing. This is something that could be happening, not that it is happening. So, one more option for you to keep close eye on. Since I'm giving you all those options, why not giving you, for example, 34 exponential moving average? Why this guy? Well, for one thing, since this point in May, he is our main resistance. And the momentum will change, the pace will change, we will become bullish after we get above this 34 exponential moving average. As you can see, that is not the case for now. And look at this touch. Here, we tried to breach it, failed. But now you might be asking yourself, why did I put 34? Well, it's a personal preference, but then again, not so personal, because if I show you the past, what was happening since the beginning of 2021, things are becoming clearer, right? Please notice all the points of support through the months and months at Siacoin. So many of them. This was our hard support in an uptrend that lasted for months. And now, vice versa, it is becoming our hard resistance. After we go above it, find a clear support on it, again, you will see this, an uptrend. Rare biz these days, right? Since we are living in this bearish price action, in this downward sloping world, we can just dream about these things once again. But, mark my words, you will see this one more time. Patience is the key to all this. Conclusion, price action is bearish. It is giving us subtle hints of a reversal turning to bullish, but let's stick to the facts and call things what they are. Let's see how will it call things versus Bitcoin. Is it different versus dollar? I don't know, still haven't saw it. You will be my companion in doing this. Let's go. There you go, this is what the chart gave us. And yes, this is a downtrend also versus Bitcoin. From that high, we have a pretty clear series of lower highs, until we see a high higher than this one from a few days ago. An uptrend is not in the making. Now, an uptrend would be in the making versus Bitcoin, because as we have low, lower low, lower low. Aha, here's the thing. If we manage to close and start to go up from this point, that could be one indication of a reversal, because at this point right now we are having a higher low than this one from a month ago. So, subtle hints once again. Everything else just the way we drew it versus USD. Even that famous possibility, head and shoulders, is alive as versus USD. So things are not that kind of different from versus dollar. On the most simple level as there can be, here you had an uptrend versus Bitcoin, and now you're having a downtrend with this again hugging of the trend line. Like, you know, things could be changing. You want me to call the 34? Okay, I knew you liked it. Look at this area of resistance once we got below it. And please look at this 2 points of clear resistance. Breakout one time failed, breakout 2 times failed. You know the story. What was one time support, and I hope this is pretty clear support to you, now is resistance. Once we get above this exponential moving average, things and this whole narrative of bearishness will change. We got a subtle hint, but nothing to beat. Be patient, things will change for Siacoin, for Bitcoin, for all the friends in the crypto community. Keep in mind, after the rain always comes the sun, and after you watch my video, you always put those thumbs up, right? I knew it. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you proceed to the next one? A few of these could be interesting to you. If you haven't by now, join our community. And I'm giving away to you my Siacoin friend